Welcome to another episode of the Workhorse Fitness Podcast. I'm Coach Gene.
I'm Ebe.
He's not a coach, he's just Ebe.
That's just me.
Okay. What's our topic today?
We're going to talk a little about what affects your mood and what are some things you can do to help improve that. With the overall, I guess I would say, reasoning for that is a lot of times when we get in these humps where we stop doing our fitness, it's because there's a bunch of things going on that is affecting our mood and that are bringing us down, maybe in a depression, or we're having tons of anxiety. And, a lot of times as coaches, we like to just, say they're excuses, which I'm still agreeing that they are.
They are.
But
it's deeper than that.
But it is deeper than that. So, what are some things that are affecting it? And then what are some actual things that you can do to help yourself get out of it? Which is still a hard thing to do. But first one we'll just talk about is pretty easy. And I think most people know this, but food. So one, if you're not getting the right amount of vitamins and minerals that you need, that one directly affects your mood and how your nervous system works and all those kinds of things. But also, food directly affects the structure and function of our brain, which ultimately is our mood.
That's right. But McDonald's tastes good.
It
for like 5 minutes.
One, I don't really agree. I'm not really into McDonald's, but
no, you're not. Yeah.
But Bubba's Biscuits is not the healthiest, but man, I love it.
They make you feel good.
But here's a real thing. When I go to Bubba's, right, I love it. Mm-hmm. But afterwards, every single time, my body is done. It closes down. Yeah. I need to sleep, or I need a bunch of coffee to wake up, and that is literally just a direct effect of eating something. Your body can't break it down. It's so much sugar. It's so many calories, so many carbs that your body just wants to shut down. And so if you're doing that consistently, right, it's going, and you're in that mood, one, it's going to affect a bunch of other things, which we'll get into some of those.
Place for 3 squares a day, that type of meal, you're going to feel like that all the time.
There's no way you're going to have the motivation to want to move.
You don't want to get up out of bed?
Yeah. Just move.
Yeah.
Probably to even make it to the toilet. You don't want to move. Okay. So you have to start there, because that is the easiest thing that you can control.
Yeah. Right.
That doesn't mean you have to eat a paleo meal every single time. What I mean is have vegetables. The one big thing that does actually help, I think they use the term superfood or whatever. When they use that term, what it means is a lot of that can help actually boost your mood, boost your metabolism.
Yeah, they put that on magazines, like mood boosting superfood.
Yeah. And what that just means is you're not going to go into that slump, which is leafy greens like broccoli, spinach, kale, things like that. Asparagus is another really good one.
I love asparagus.
Lentils are supposed to be a good booster, and there's tons of others out there. You can Google it, but what I mean is you got to start adding some of these things to your diet consistently, or you're going to just always be in this terrible, sluggish, tired mood.
Yep.
So that's my first.
So work on that.
It's an easy one that you can control every single day.
Start with one meal of your day.
Make your breakfast not crap.
Yeah. Don't eat McDonald's for breakfast.
Yeah. Don't have a biscuit for breakfast.
Get Chick-fil-A for breakfast.
Yeah.
5 days a week. Or 4 days.
Make some eggs, have some spinach, have some vegetables, get it out of the way, and then the rest of the day eat like crap. I don't know. You'll probably feel a lot better if you're doing that 3 times a day.
And then you can build momentum too, because I know I do. When I start getting clean with eating and stuff, I'm like, I don't want to go back. I work extra hard to kind of keep that, because you feel good.
Yep. Okay, so next one, sleep. So deprived sleep reports increase in negative moods. That means anger, stress, irritability, frustration. Yeah.
For real.
Yep. And obviously, with that being said, it decreases any positive moods, any positive feelings.
Right.
Okay. So you should be getting 6 to 9 hours of sleep. That's what they say. With sleep, you have to find the right amount. I think this is important that makes you feel, when you wake up, you feel refreshed. Mm-hmm. So everyone's a little bit different here on those things. Me, I'm actually 9 hours is perfect for me. That is like, I'm good.
You're a niner.
I'm a niner. So
I can get by on about 6.
Yeah, and like David's also a 6.
David's, I think he's a little less than that. That's really weird.
Well, he sleeps less, but I think what he said is like 6 is good for him.
Yeah, I've experimented. I've I have watched how, what I've done the day before, and I've journaled it and watched it, and I wear this thing which tracks my heart rate and stuff when I'm awake and when I'm asleep, and 6 is right about where I need to be. And I do know that if I get 5, I'll feel it the next day.
Yeah,
like if I'm working out, or I'll be hungry or whatever the hell, But that's interesting. Like my wife's about a 10. She's a 10. Yeah, I give you a 10. She's like a 10 or 11 hours, I think.
Yeah,
she needs good solid 10 hours of sleep. It's interesting.
Yeah, and so we'll go over some things that can help with how to get better sleep here in a second.
That battle for a while.
Yeah, I've been struggling with it for a long time. That's put me in a lot of anxiety and depression. I've kind of talked about it before, but that's it. All my motivation, things like this, is the last few years have like gone away. And I knew like in high school I was a lot happier and things like that. And that's because I was young, but I still wasn't sleeping very much. And then
you can kind of get away with it when you're younger.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
I think that you still pay for it, but I think when you're younger, you recover faster.
Yeah.
And as you get older, just recovery takes longer.
And over time, so yeah, I can tell over the years I've gotten like more bitter and grumpy old man. And over the last couple months, I've done some things that help, but we'll talk about that. So next one, stress and anxiety. Stress. So stress, what does it do? It causes anxiety, fear, anger, frustration as well. And that can be from a lot of things, which we'll go into now, which is it can be money.
That's a big stressor.
Money's a big stressor, and
most of us have stress or money issues.
Yeah,
I think most of the population.
And I think when we're in bad moods and things like that, there are times that what we do is like we'll spend money and make it worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you've heard of shopaholics and all those kinds of things. It's
literally the same. The same thing in your brain when you buy something cool is the same thing that makes you grab Facebook and go boop.
Yeah,
over and over again.
I'll just say a big thing that helped Heather and I is, we just sat down and we're like, okay, well, we're going to have a budget, and then this is what we're going to do, and we're going to start making sure that we get all of our college debt and all that kind of stuff done as quickly as we can, and this is how we're going to do it, and this is the time frame that it's going to be. And when you start doing those kinds of things, it's helpful. It's helpful to organize that, at least for me. So if money can be a problem, then those are things that I would think about.
Yeah. Or in my case, just marry someone that's way smarter than you and have them do it.
Yeah.
For you.
That is a way better way of doing it.
It works for me because I'm terrible with that. Like, I'm really bad. And that helps.
Yeah.
So if you can't do that, do what he said.
So another one is negative people.
That is a huge...
That's one we've kind of talked about before.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of times it can be tough because it can be people that you've been with maybe your whole life, as in friends or family and stuff. But when other people around you are being negative, it can bring you down. Like it's a real thing, and that it can put you into these bad moods. So when you surround yourself with people that are more positive, with better outlooks, it definitely helps changing your whole perspective on things.
Yeah, I mean, that you could do a whole podcast on, like, negative shit.
Yeah, but maybe we'll do it sometime.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten to the point where I don't even want to spend time around people. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like, they bring the negative vibes, and I'm like looking for the door. You know, like I don't want to talk about it. And I bitch about stuff too.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference in bitching versus trying to put everyone down and everything down exactly around you.
Right. Or,
you can have a bad day.
You can have a bad experience and just have to get something off your chest. And if you're a good friend, like you listen to me ramble on about some dumb crap.
I do it all the time.
But then it's gone. Like, for me, it's gone. But yeah, those people that, like, they're just railing on, like, shit they can't control, like, all the time. And you're just like, good God. Like, I can't be around this. I can't let this in my brain. I have to focus on myself and other things.
Yeah. And that leads into this other one, which is pretty similar, but bad relationships with either your work or at home.
Right.
So, like, because again, that whole if where you work is literally killing you.
Yeah, you should work on that.
You should work on that.
We talked about that.
And try to we talked about it a little bit. Yeah, but try to find a place that works better. I know, big thing that helped Heather. She's doing almost the same kind of job, but one, it's a better situation for her, right? She can work from home, which was huge. She really wanted that because she's very efficient. She works all day and gets all of her stuff done way faster than most people I've ever met. It's crazy. And but then the other thing is the people there are very supportive versus her other job she had. They were very negative, and they were always trying to find things that you were doing bad, even though it wasn't affecting anything. They were just like, well, you should say thank you at the end of every email. Yeah. It's like, really controlling you. And for her, she doesn't like that. Some people, maybe that works for them. But what I mean is, even if you don't like your where you're working, you might be able to find a place that you're doing the same thing. It's in your field, but you find better
people that aren't jerks.
Yeah. But all you have to do is you need to start looking.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is at home. So if you're having a bad relationship there, or you're stuck in a negative mindset around people at home, like, you need to talk about it with them. Yeah. Try to work through it. And another good thing is going to a therapist. I do it. I think it's very helpful. For me, right now I'm going through, like, wanting to possibly do coaching and things. So I'm just reaching out to my therapist to help me think it out.
Right.
I mean, those things that help you mentally.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stigma with going to a therapist too. Still,
yeah.
Even though
it means you're crazy.
I mean, even though it's like 2020, right?
Yeah.
But there still is, and I know. I mean, I've gone to one several times, and it's helped me. And I know that, like, it took a lot to go do that for me. And then I finally got over it. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, we were over there doing the flip around the bar thing.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to do that, but I mean, it's the same deal. You just got to do it.
Yeah, once you do it, you realize that it's helpful.
Yeah,
it's not bad. They're not trying to, like, pop you with pills and make you go crazy and throw it. Like,
a good one wouldn't.
Yeah,
hopefully you're not going to. It's like a cultist or something.
Yeah, I just feel like there's, like, the anxiety of, like, they'll be like, you're crazy. You're going into, like, solitary confinement.
Wait.
What?
Eat all these drugs right now. Yeah. Or you can't leave.
That's not what's happening. They help you work through things, and honestly, just help you get your thoughts out.
Yeah.
Into a place that it makes sense, because sometimes you have feelings and stuff that you don't know why.
And there's something about the forum of that relationship too. It's kind of like a podcast. Like, we would never sit around and just discuss shit like this.
No.
But the forum of this allows us to have these conversations. The same with, like, going to someone for help, or professional. It's the scenario, it's the forum. It helps get things out. So you really can't, like, recreate that experience by just talking to your friend.
Yeah.
Like, it's the professional environment that sort of enables you to go there and get it done. Right? So I couldn't recommend it more,
Yeah.
And even if you're not, like, in the middle of super bad shitstorm, like, because even then, like, if super bad shitstorm, you go get help, it's going to take a long time, to get yourself out of that hole. Even when you feel healthy, it's still a good time to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you take a loan. You don't ever want to take a loan from the bank when you need the money today. You always want to take that loan when you don't need the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So otherwise you can't say no. So it's sort of my opinion. That's why I still go I don't go like every week, but I still go like once every 2 months or whatever, and just kind of check in on stuff. And we set some long range plans, and we just kind of work on them. It's not super high pressure, but to go when you're feeling healthy, when you're feeling mentally fresh and good, that's also a really good time to sort of observe your behaviors,
Yeah.
Because you're not observing it, or you're not trying to fix it from a place of like, oh, I didn't mess this up,
Yeah. So if you're always going there too, you have a negative feeling about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be negative.
No, it doesn't. It really
again,
doesn't.
Mine is the reason I'm going to talk this weekend is just to help me talk through, all right, well, if I want to do this, how can I get there?
Mm-hmm. It's interesting that I was just listening to something, another podcast, and how it's a Western thing, like American thing, North American continent thing, Western thing, to not go for help, to not seek help or to speak to someone. But like there's an Eastern sort of a thing that's existed for centuries where you have like a consultant or a sensei or a teacher or a guru or whatever. Mm-hmm. You will go and seek help. They're not like going to fix your problems, but just
hear you and guide you.
That help. Yeah, it's commonly accepted. But here in America, it's like, you got, like, if you have to do that, you have problems. You're weak.
Yeah.
You're not weak.
Yeah.
It's not weak to ask for help.
No, I think it's like one of the most important things you should do.
Yeah.
Seeking knowledge and All right, 2 ones that everyone does know, but smoking and alcohol. Mm-hmm. We all know alcohol is a depressant.
It is a depressant.
But some people.
Then why does it make me so happy?
Because you're not abusing it.
Yeah, there you go. Good.
So if you don't abuse it, it shouldn't bring you down. But if you are being depressed or having anxiety, drinking will add to that days later on. It'll keep bringing you down.
Yeah.
Smoking, okay, so
aside from the obvious of smoke in your lungs.
Yeah, but so a lot of people think of using it as to take away from stress, but a lot of the chemicals that are in it are mood changing chemicals. So that's crazy. You relax for 5 seconds, but then it's going to make you feel way worse 30 seconds after you stop smoking.
Is that what's happening with McDonald's food?
Pretty much.
I think that's what's happening with McDonald's. It's the same shit.
Yeah, it's the same type of feeling. So it's something to think about if those are things that are going on. So those are a lot of things that can change your mood, right? That can affect you, that can keep you out. And now we'll kind of explain a little bit, obviously, about exercise. Most of this we know, right? That exercise has endorphins, right? So that's going to pick up your mood.
Sweet endorphins.
It also reduces an immune system chemical that actually makes depression worse. So it takes that away. So if you have depression, it'll get rid of that. It reduces that chemical in your body, so you won't get worse and worse and worse depression.
It is amazing. It works for me, and I don't know how many people have told me that when they work out in the morning, that they feel great the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're just kind of charging yourself.
Exactly.
You think it would be the opposite. You think, man, I did an hour's worth of working out, I'd be like exhausted the rest of the day. But that, if you are that type of person, you feel that way, it's probably a result of something else.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. And maybe try working out in the evenings, whatever.
Yeah.
But then.
Also be staying up till midnight watching Netflix.
That's true. But this will help with it also. Obviously, we've talked about it before, but it helps gaining a normal sleep pattern.
Yeah.
Because at night you will get tired, you will be ready to go to bed. So that coming in and exercising is going to help with sleep. And if sleep is one of your issues, that's a big one. Another thing that we were talking. Actually, I was talking about it with Clint and Heather in class. But when people talk about gyms and stuff, they say like, it's 80% nutrition. And for weight loss, yes. And if you watch my thing yesterday that I posted about things that exercise does, like 50% of stopping type 2 diabetes and 20 to 30% of stopping cardiac arrest and heart attack, just by exercising, you can eat like shit. Your health, for losing weight, yes, food is very important, but for your health, exercise is more important than food. And that's kind of proven by everything that I was talking about yesterday. But I'll say this, though. There's not one person that I've ever met in my life that eats healthy and doesn't exercise.
Right. That's
so
true. Yeah.
And there's a reason because of that. Because if you're thinking about your health, right, you know that you're going to need to exercise, and that's going to help boost all these things. Are going to make you so much happier, feel better, be able to eat more too. If you like food, be able to make, have times where you can eat something that is not healthy and you're still going to be okay.
A maxim for like just sort of like gym encouragement, which is like, you gotta eat well most of the time, and then like, work out. Like, it's just sort of a mishmash of encouragement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it is, if you are on a bad diet, let's say your average human being lives in South Carolina, you're probably going to eat like crap.
Yep.
It is a lot harder to fix your diet than it is to just start walking in the door and working out. Right? That's the harder thing to do, like mentally.
Yeah.
It's probably why it gets said so much.
I think what happens is people start a gym and they don't lose a lot of weight, and they're like, what? And it's like, you're still eating more calories than you need, right? So Heather's really annoying me right now. She's making weird faces. All right. So if weight loss is really important to you, then you need to change your diet. If living a long life where you can actually do stuff on your own and not have to wear a diaper all the time and, be pushed in a wheelchair, I would exercise. And I don't want to wear a diaper. You can still wear one too. There's no reason you can't. But you can do whatever you want. It's your life. So just know that start working on. I would find what is something that you feel like you can control the most. One, personally, I think it's easiest to just come in the gym. It's super easy. You just drive here, and then we won't let you leave until you do what you're supposed to do.
We'll tell you what to do. You just do that.
Yeah.
Until you can't.
There, you're already making a huge step to being better health and mentally being happier. Some of these other ones can be difficult, okay? Food, but again, we're here to help with that. Okay, I think I just was messaging with Kelly today. She's going to bring in her notebook, and we're going to keep going through.
Oh, awesome.
Just, if you struggle with that, bring a notebook in and just start writing down your stuff.
We'll help you.
The hard thing is about this, though, is you guys have to put it on yourself.
Yeah. You
have to do it. We can't message you every day to write in your food and start caring about it. You have to start caring about your health, and that's on your own. We can't fight that battle with you.
Yeah,
we can try to guide you.
Yeah.
But we can't. You have to want it. You have to.
Well, I just read something, one of those Instagram word posts things. I'm in all the like coach channels, but it was like, I can coach your performance. I can coach your strength. I can coach your speed. I can coach your sport. What I can't coach is your effort.
Yes.
And like that is just something that we can't do for you. You have to want it.
Yeah. Because all it is pure. It's pure effort. It's not even like mental. Oh, it's gonna be so hard to bring my notebook in. It's not hard.
Yeah,
it's not. No. You just have to want to do it.
Yeah,
put effort towards it. Yeah. Things I found with sleep. So mine, and I'm not scared of talking about it. So I, had a lot of anxiety and depression, and I had mono at one time, and I've been, I think, basically sleep deprived for the last 10 years, and. God. I really don't sleep as much as I never really thought about it, but I don't really sleep that much unless it's the weekend and I sleep in the whole time because it's hard for me to fall asleep.
Yeah, and that's not how it works.
Yeah, so went to a doctor. They've had me take it's like a anxiety pill that helped with my anxiety, which made it easier for me to fall asleep at night because that's why I couldn't fall asleep. I had so many things going on thinking about. And so that's helped with my sleep. Obviously, my anxiety is down because of that. I haven't had any depression or any issues since doing that. It hasn't changed anything in my weight.
Very effervescent.
Well, thank you. I felt happier, even though there are times where I think this should be one of the most stressful times of my life. I'm really not stressed at all. I'm just kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever.
That's healthy.
It's life.
It really is.
It's like, I don't know. I feel better than I've ever felt. And so now I'm sleeping more. So now I'm sleeping more. I'm even happier, right? It's just constant, like, getting better and better and better, right? Because I remember I used to be like this, a lot happier, a lot jovial, a lot more, not as, it's difficult for me sometimes to talk in social situations. I feel like I'm feeling more comfortable now with that too. A lot of these things, I used to be really obnoxious in high school, like happy and wore like, had a mohawk and wore, I was really weird. Had long socks, I'd wear weird shit, and because I just like to be fun and weird. Right. And the older I got, I was just like, everyone get away from me.
Well, that happens too.
And it's because of all these things though, right? Even though I was exercising and food wasn't enough, I wasn't sleeping enough, my anxiety was out of control. All of these things were affecting me. And so
it takes work.
It takes work.
Relentless every day. You're gonna fuck it up. You gotta start over. You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Forever.
It's more just like not stop trying things. Like I honestly, the reason why it took me so long to go to a doctor is because I just want to stay away from pills. But it's a little bit different, I think, for anxiety and depression versus like my cholesterol or blood pressure, because those things only mask the pain. They don't ever fix it. I mean, this is really fixing my anxiety.
It's legit, man.
So, yeah, a little personal, but I just feel like it's helpful to get that out there because I know a lot of people that are going through these similar things, and I've talked about it with some of you here at the gym. So
everybody's fighting something.
Yeah. So just if you need people to talk about it, I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to judge you if you want to talk to me about it, but just don't give up.
Yeah.
Is basically the whole point. Work on these things. There's so many things to work on.
That's what depresses me when I see people just give up. It drives me insane.
It's hard
to watch someone give up. Yeah. Because that's not what you should do.
Yeah, it's not, and that's where it's like, I think you got to sometimes you got to get to your ultimate low to see where you need to go. And I don't mean like, become a drug dealer and start stabbing people or doing things like that. But I mean like, like realize like, shit, like I'm not as happy as I was, or something's not right.
Right. Whatever that thing that kicks you into actually fixing your shit, whatever that is. Your wife is so weird.
So Heather just likes to stare at us through these windows and make weird faces at us. Yeah.
I think she's secretly jealous she's not on the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, she can't be on this. We're just kidding.
We'll see if she watches it to the end.
Oh, now she's flicking us off.
Oh, good job.
Maybe she heard us. All right. Well, I think that's it for me. I mean, we went through a lot of stuff. Hopefully this is helpful. And again, we're always here to talk.
It helps me. Awesome.
Peace.
Bye. She's so fucking weird.